Dude, there's something so amazing about being in Africa.
Where'd you go when you went to Africa?
We've been to Kenya, to Mombasa.
Oh, Mombasa, yeah,
That's
on the
where we
coast there.
Mombasa. Oh, I'll tell you, this is just a funny story. It's different, but so we went to some bar there. It was called Florida. It was like they give it like an American name because they know that like Americans are going to come and and get off of cruise ships and stuff. And I was there. I was on a thing called Semester at Sea. It's like a floating university.
Oh, you went as a kid?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, and so it was pretty impressive. I worked in the bookstore on the ship, and you got to. And that worked as my tuition. So I got to go on this crazy adventure. But we're there, and one of my buddies, this little Jewish guy, he got a blowjob from a local, possibly a prostitute or just a like
gray area.
Yeah. From a nice gray area woman, cute girl. And he said that while he was taking his wiener out of his pants, that it cut on his zipper. And so now he's scared the whole time. He's like, we're in Africa. He's like, what if I catch something?
Getting AIDS. He's getting AIDS.
He totally. He's like, dude, I'm getting AIDS. He's like asking people. He's like trying to nonchalantly ask people about AIDS at the bar and stuff. So, dude.
At Florida.
He was so neurotic. He ended up ordering a glass of vodka, and it was like 3 hours till our ride was coming, and he literally stood over in the distance and put his wiener just into a glass of vodka and held it in there.
I like the resourcefulness, though. Yeah. I feel like that would work. That might be the cure.
Shout out to my buddy Michael from South Florida, dude. He was an awesome guy. But anyway, that was one place that we went.
Africa's a great place, man. It's wild. There's no political stability anywhere on the continent, in my opinion. But it's just such a great continent. There's so much wildlife. There's so much freedom. There's nothing you can't do there. You know what I mean? If you can dream it, you can do it. Which isn't always a good thing, because if you can dream of taking over people's houses, you can do it. But it's a crazy cool place. Yeah.
So you grow up in this wildlife. I mean, everything about Africa, it's so like, even I remember being there, and like we would sleep at night with the mosquito nets. Like nature was just right there. Like it was like, so much so that, I mean, I grew up in Louisiana. We had mosquitoes, but we didn't have the nets. Like you had to keep these things, I mean, if someone were big, you almost needed the Brooklyn nets standing there to block them off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just the fact that nature's right there, you can feel it breathing in the distance. It always feels like there. So you grew up in that like dedicated, immersed in wildlife. When did you kind of feel like you wanted to have it as a career?
Not until, can I tell you a quick funny story about mosquito nets?
Yeah.
So I grew up in this farmhouse, right? Like all open windows, no air conditioning or anything like that. Big open verandas and balconies and stuff. And we were plowing a field when I was probably 9 or 10 years old, found a baby monkey in the field, a little vervet monkey.
Vervet?
Vervet monkey, yeah. Okay. They call them vermin monkeys because they're like pest monkeys. And I scooped him up, was like, what's wrong here? That little guy right there.
Oh, yeah. And blackface, too, first of all.
Yeah. He's got to do something about that.
Well, he may just be lashing back at Drewski, who just did whiteface the other day.
Dude, I saw that. 200 million views or something.
Yeah, dude.
It was funny, though. I don't know if it's bad or good, but it was funny.
I think it's great.
Yeah. Dude, when he's driving around, he rolls down his window. He's like, "You lost, boy?" The guy's like, "No, sir." It was so bad. We rescued
and then he spits. And the funny thing is, he has that big hat on, so he has to like kind of move.
He moves his head out the window. Dude, it's too much. I literally saw it this morning. I couldn't believe it.
But take me through your story. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good.
About mosquito nets.
Long story short, I rescued this baby monkey. Turns out, and monkeys do this, his mother abandoned him because he had a heart murmur, like a bad heart condition. So he got dumped in the field, right? Because they do that then they can have another baby, and it takes a long time to raise the baby, blah, blah, blah. So I scoop up this little monkey named Chippy and bottle feed him till his eyes open, the whole thing. And he ends up growing up, and he's my bunk bed mate. So he'd sleep on top of my mosquito net. You know how there's like a round coil, and it comes down on a mosquito net? He'd sleep up there. And every morning as I get out of bed, he'd jump down off of that onto my shoulder. We'd go down to breakfast, and then he'd scamper off into the trees. And like, that's a good depiction of like how I grew up wild-wise. Like I had a monkey sleeping in my mosquito net with me. Like it was an awesome, awesome childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just something about being there, especially when you're in a safari house. Like one of, you get out into the bush, and then sometimes you'll stay at kind of like it's kind of a hotel in a way.
Yeah,
it was like kind
a
of
lodge.
A lodge, yeah. And some of them would be nice, and some of them would be very bare bones. But it was like, you'd have the animal skin rugs, and you'd have the nets, and you just have a silence that was loud, but completely, it was like God, it was like the thickest silence that ever was made.
That's such a good way to put it. You were talking about that thick silence that you get in Africa.
Yeah.
When you and I were texting last week and you were like, dude, I'm overwhelmed at the moment. To me, that is the most like that silence that you're talking about. That's what like brings me back, you know, like, 'cause I'm on my phone all day too. I'm sure you are, working and texting and emails and blah, blah, blah. That feeling though, that you just described, that thick silence, that being out in the bush, you don't have to be in a tent in the middle of nowhere. You can be in a lodge or whatever, but being a little bit disconnected from modern civilization and more plugged into the bush and the wildlife. I think that's the most grounding thing, man.
Yeah. And I think Africa, I do believe it feels like makes like the purest form of it. I can't explain it. I've tried to, and yeah. I mean, you know, they say it's the birthplace of civilization, I'm sure for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You've had some, thanks so much for coming, dude. This is awesome.
Of course, bro.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's great. I want to get you out there, or at least see you go out there into nature and get connected with it.
I would love to. I think the South Africa thing is the thing. Because
let's do it, dude.
I think it's big, and I love South Africa, and I would love to go over there for a show and just get to have a new experience there. And then just thinking what type of thing would I want to do. I did get to swim with sharks there once, which was pretty cool.
Hans Bay, up like Seal Island. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's rad.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a good experience.
Bro, it was super scary. It almost felt, it was just unbelievable. We laid out there in that sun, dude. I got the craziest sunburn.
Got crisped, yeah.
I mean, like colors of like fluid were just
like purples and yeah. I know what you're talking about, man.
What lagoon has been launched by the sun on my face? Because we went out with like some dude who I think he was just a mechanic who had like a couple hours on his lunch break.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we'll make it work. That's South Africa for you. Yeah.
Bro,
he's like, I got a boat. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, there was no cut. We're just in the boiling heat.
Yeah.
But we got in those cages, in the round circular cage, and we got in, and some sharks came. One of them got stuck between two cages.
Oh, no way.
And the boat. And it was
cool. That's rad, dude.
It was hairy. I got to reach through and touch one of them right on the head.
I can see you getting fired up on it. That's the best thing about like an adult reconnecting with nature. Not to say you're totally disconnected, but you get this kid-like enthusiasm and sense of wonder that's been gone since you were like 7 years old looking at earthworms. You remember when you're a kid, you flip over a log, you're like, whoa, Dad, look at this earthworm, you know?
Yeah.
That goes away because you become an adult, and then you get back into it and you're like, oh, that never really went away. I just like went a different direction. Yeah. I don't know. Sorry. What were you saying?
Dude, no, that's such an important thing to say. That never went away. I just went a different direction.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes I think I even romanticize it, like so much of like childhood stuff is gone, but but there's ways that it's still there. It's just like, you went a different direction, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But you can always go right back. That's the best
what
thing.
I think.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah. Soon we'll get you cutting off hippo nuts. Yeah.
Dude. The thing I was going to tell you was we went on a safari one day. There was like some diamond miner, right? Like some very rich guy, like some guy who was just fucking being rich or whatever. Like I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, being rich. You know, it was like he couldn't even fucking, you know.
You don't even know. Yeah.
Dude, I saw him yawn once and he had $40. Right after he yawned, he had $40 in his hand.
It just fell out of his mouth. He's like, oh, that's where I put that. Yeah.
He had just that kind of wealth. But he took us to, he had his own animal sanctuary somewhere.
Oh, interesting.
And they took us there, and we got to just go see a lot of endangered species, like the Big Five.
Oh, sick, man.
And a lot of endangered species. We just got to go look at them. And then 6 weeks later, in my inbox, in my email, I get an email from him. He goes, oh, that's it.
Oh, that's brutal. Dude. Oh, the rhino, yeah.
And this, I cannot believe he just found this. And he sent me this picture, and he goes, the rhinos that you guys went and saw a few weeks ago, poachers came in the night and cut their horns off.
It's so brutal, man. It's an ongoing war over there for the rhino ivory thing. Yeah, it's brutal. But things like this are important. You posting it, to an audience that's not tuning in for animals, that goes, holy shit, that's bad. That's really cool. It's really important that people realize that.
It's shock, because you hear about it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh my God, the ones that we were looking at that we were so like enthralled by.
Yep.
And their whole body is left there in this one piece of them.
Cut their face off. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer, man. Good for you for sharing it, though. I really think that's great.
Well, yeah, if you hadn't been here today, I don't even think I would have thought about it, man.